Welcome back to the channel, Crypto Tro. I am Crypto Tro, bringing you the latest and the greatest in cryptocurrencies. And today, man, we're talking about VVS Finance and if VVS Finance is dead. If you don't know about VVS Finance, it is a decentralized exchange on the Cronos blockchain. That's right, the top decentralized exchange on Cronos. And we're going to talk about it today because a lot of people been asking me. I made a video a while back about VVS. And a lot of people been asking me, what's up with VVS? Do you still use VVS? And we're going to talk about that today. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notifications, man. I'm going to continue to bring you cryptocurrency updates every chance I get because this is evolving space and so much happens in one day. I can't put it all in one video, but I try to make several videos a day just talking about all the cryptos that I personally invest in or find interest in, and also that's connected to the different blockchains that I invest in as well. So that is pretty much my spiel. I gotta let you know too, before we get too deep into it, I am not a financial advisor whatsoever. So please consult with the financial advisor before investing in cryptos because this is a new asset class and it's super volatile right now. And we truly don't know what's going to end up lasting in the long run. So please do your own research. Make sure you know why you're investing in a project and have conviction in whatever you're investing in. If you don't have conviction in it, if you're investing in it based off what somebody else is saying, you need to do your own research and try to see or make sure you know why you're investing in that specific project. So enough of that. You know, every video I start off talking about price. So we're going to talk about VVS price. And then we're going to get into some things that I found interesting. So let's get into it. So right now I am on Coin Market Cap currently. And we can see VVS is less than, a penny, pretty much 0.00002608. So this is pretty much like a meme coin price. I'm not sure why they decided to do it like that, in my personal opinion. But, that's what they decided to do. I don't like when prices are like that, just being honest. But right now we are looking at the all-time chart. Let me go to the one-day chart first. We can see right now VVS is down less than 1% on the day. We are in the red, and it's not, very good looking right now for VVS as far as the price. Market cap is at $95 million, down less than 1%. And then we got volume down 40%. So only $221,000 being traded on VVS Finance right now. So not a lot of money being pumped on this specific DEX, just because I don't think a lot of people still are unfamiliar with it, in my personal take on things. And I think Cronos is still a fairly new blockchain. And just before, a couple of minutes before I said all this, I was on the all time, and we can see VVS has absolutely tanked since its inception, man. So it started in 11/24/2021, really before that, but I think this one it was listed on Coin Market Cap, and we saw absolutely price went crazy, and then it just absolutely tanked. So let's go to DEX Screener and see if I can find a better chart for VVS, because I don't truly believe that's when the debut of VVS. I think it was a little bit before that, because prices did pump for VVS. Prices absolutely pumped for VVS. So let's see if we can find it real quick. So this is the actual chart, man. This is the chart. I'm trying to zoom in on that specific day. It was lunch. So we can, okay, in the beginning of November, so around the 11th, we saw that crazy pump. Let me zoom in real quick. But we saw that crazy pump, man. We saw that crazy pump on November 11th, and a lot of people were buying it. Then right at the top, man, we saw just a crazy sell-off. So on the 16th, around those times, on just according to Coin Market Cap, we can see they got listed on Coin Market Cap around the 24th. So the 16th is actually when it just started dumping. And this is very, very usual with decentralized exchanges. Now, the only decentralized exchange I seen that's different was pretty much kind of Uniswap. We're gonna just look over every type of the top different decentralized exchanges. But we saw, on the 16th, we just absolutely tanked after that pump. And me personally, I believe, a lot of this money is institutional money. And I believe they really use the users as exit liquidity. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was too much money on VVS Finance starting out, and I think those investors wanted to get their money back and wanted to make that money and some gains. So we saw that absolute crazy pump, and then it just absolutely tanked. So that's my personal take on things. If you get more deep into it, if you go amongst the wallets, you can see who actually sold or whatnot. But I'm not going to do that today. But I do believe they really, really use the users for the Cronos blockchain as exit liquidity. And I'm saying that because as soon as the project debuted, it was pumping for days, man. It was pumping for a crazy amount. Well, not even for days, about a week it was pumping. Maybe even 5 days it was pumping like crazy. And at this time, we can see if we go to CoinMarketCap, at that specific time, market cap was super high. I'm not sure why this chart looking like this, but market cap was in the billions at that time, man. Market cap was in the billions at that time. That's when, VVS was going absolutely crazy. Then it just tanked. But I'm going to just compare it to some other ones so we can see Joe. This is pretty much the DEX on Avalanche, and we can see it's very similar. It's very similar. Now, they did have a longer, or they were out way before VVS, and I got to say, too, VVS did come out in the part where we kind of was getting out of the bull market. Like the end of 2021 was kind of where we saw all-time highs go crazy, but by the end, January, December, everything started tanking. So they might have seen, what was coming forward in the crypto space for VVS, and that's probably why they dumped on the investors. And I do believe, you can't tell me anything else to make me believe that wasn't institutional money that did that. As soon as I'm talking about, it was a lot of liquidity on there, then we just saw that absolute dump. And we can see in that 24-hour, the volume on that day was like 37 million. So a lot of money was being traded in those time periods. And a lot of people just, or a lot of investors, institutional investors, pretty much dumped on, the Cronos blockchain users. Now, I always stated before, I really don't like buying DEX tokens, but you still can use DEXs. So let's go to Sun. Sun is also a DEX on the Tron blockchain, and it's very similar to, the charts are very similar to Joe and VVS. Now, like I said, VVS, they're not showing the full chart. And like I said, too, VVS debuted right at the top of the bull market. So that kind of throw off the chart a little bit. But Sun is looking very much so like Joe. You know what I'm saying? If we just compare the two charts, they are very similar. We see that dip. We go up a little bit. Then we just start seeing that dip again. Then we go to Uniswap. Now, Uniswap is probably one of the best DEXs out there just because it's been around for some time. So Uniswap, just according to CoinMarketCap, they have it from 2020. So we can see in the May of 2021, price went up to 42 cents. And then, by, December, around December or November, December, we starting to see price just absolutely tank. But if you would have bought Uniswap, in 2020, you still would be in profit. I'm not saying you wouldn't be in profit. I'm not saying that it would be a bad trade. You still will be in profit for sure. But prices absolutely tanked from those all-time highs in May. And then we can see, like I said, by the end of November, that's when everything just started going down like crazy. So if we just compare those, we can see they are very, very similar as far as how DEXs operate. And even when we look at PancakeSwap on the Binance blockchain, it pretty much did the same thing. In, May, prices pumped. Then by, the end of the year of 2021, in November, December, prices just start absolutely tanking. So this is very common amongst, the decentralized exchanges on these platforms. Now, you can use decentralized exchanges, but me personally, I try to not hold that specific token, and we're going to get into that. So right now I'm looking at, VVS Finance and the different forms they have on there. And we on the earn sector of this specific DEX. And we can see they still have a lot of rewards. So we can see Crow ETH, it's a 4%, almost 5% APR. Crow Wrap Bitcoin is 3%. So some very, very good APRs. I won't say they're the best APRs as far as what we're used to in, a DEX, but these APRs do go down over time. So at first they were very, very high, but as more liquidity come in, more rewards being taken out of that pool, the APRs do go down. But we do still see some 20% APRs with Crow and VVS, and then with newer coins that's listed on the blockchain or on the platform, we see VVS and VNO, that's a 34% APR. So some very stable APRs amongst, this specific farms. And then we go to mines, is also mines. So it's, auto VVS, manual VVS. You can do either or, and they still give you different things where you can stake your XVVS to earn these different tokens. But like I said, this is very common amongst DEXs. I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as you form these tokens, me personally, I would sell them. That's what I did. I sold them and compounded my Crow bag. That's what a lot of people do. That's what the mercenaries do. That's pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's what the VCs or the institutional investors did when they first, got into VVS and used us as exit liquidity. They pretty much, either converted their VVS into fiat or converted it back into Crow. And that's just how DEXs work. And I'm not saying that the price of VVS won't appreciate, because it probably will, but I won't take my chances on it. You can still use it for the different forms and things like that, because even though I'm talking, all of this about VVS, if we go to DeFi Llama and just view, the top decentralized exchanges as far as total value, we can see VVS is still coming in at number 10 with $147 million worth of liquidity on the platform. Now, Uniswap is number 1 with $3.78 billion, but other than that, all the other projects are really in the hundred millions, and VVS is still coming in with that liquidity, so you can still trade on VVS and get some money out of it. And they do, I'm not gonna lie, they do have a variety of different cryptos that you can trade on here. So they got new cryptos. They got, cryptos that everybody talk about. We got Pepe, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of cryptos, a lot of popular cryptos, ApeCoin. So it's a lot of liquidity on there you can use for these specific cryptos that you want to trade if you was a trader. But like I said, I don't think VVS is dead because it still has a lot of liquidity on there. But at the same time, I wouldn't hold VVS as an asset. I would use it if I'm in, the specific forms. I would use it to trade different pairs. But just holding VVS as an asset right now is not a good idea in my personal opinion. And that's just really not even just VVS. That's any DEX token. Especially until they get more utility that stops the sell pressure from people, selling it as soon as they form these tokens. So that's my video for today. VVS Finance update. Is VVS dead? It's not dead right now. It still has liquidity on there, but I won't hold it as an asset. So that's my video. Crypto Tro. I'm out of here.